Hi guys, coming to you today from Easy Mods, and today we're going to be doing a PHP tutorial on a comment box. Back a while ago, whenever I didn't know how to do PHP, I looked all over for how to make a comment box with PHP. It's really not as hard as you would think. PHP is not that difficult once you get to know what you're doing. So we're going to go ahead and start out. You're going to need a page that is, you need to save the file extension, and what the file extension is like tutorial.php. Save the file extension as a PHP file, and what this is actually going to be is our, well, here, let's start this real fast. Alright. Within a PHP file, you can put HTML coding. They go hand in hand, they work together. So at the bottom, you can put your PHP tags at the top. You don't need them. You don't have to have them. You can just put your HTML tags. But make sure it is a PHP file. And then let's go down. We're going to close our HTML. So the first thing we're going to put is form action, and we actually need to create a new file, and in this file create your PHP tags, and then we're going to save this as comment box, and we'll just say cb1.php because this is where the file that all my PHP coding is going to go into, so we'll save that. Alright, so now for the form action, you're going to put cb1.php. Now the reason I'm putting this is because the file with all the PHP in it is this file that we just made, which is cb1.php. These file names do not have to be the same as mine. Yours can be comment box or blah blah blah, whatever you want, but just make sure you have .php at the end of them for this to work. So now on here, we need a form method. So you're just going to put method, and you're going to type post, and close your tag like that, or like so. Then let's come down and close our form tag. Now you could put a table for this. You can make a table, make all your rows and columns, but just for this tutorial, I'm just going to make some simple boxes, which are going to be name. For name, we're going to put input type. It's going to equal text. The name of the box, which we're going to need later on, is just going to be name. And that should be it for there. Let's do a break line. And for the comment, I'm not going to put a name for it. We're just going to put, I'm actually going to put text area, then put name equals comment. And then just close your text area. And then below that, put another break line. Below that, we're going to want input type. We're making a submit button. So submit name equals submit value, which is the name of the button, will be submit. Alright, let's close this up. So you have your form action, your method is post. You're going to create your fields. And I think that's all I need for that. Once you do that, you'll get a thing that looks like this. So you can see we have our comment box here, then our name box, and our submit button. Right now, if we were to click on this, it would obviously do nothing because our PHP file does not have any coding in it yet. So So let's go ahead and open this up, what we're going to say in this. Alright guys, so now what we're going to do is call our variable. In order to do this, we're going to make a new variable, which you know is by putting the $sign. The first one I'm going to call is submit. Submit is going to be equal to $_post, and then we're going to call the variable's name, and for submit, the variable's name is submit. So once you call that, make sure you put your semicolon after everything. Then we're going to call the name box, whose value is post, and then obviously we made the name of that just name. And now let's call the comment box, whose name post, and we gave it the name of comment. And just checking over this to make sure everything's correct. Alright, so next thing you're going to put is if submit, and then go down and put your brackets. So far all we've done is called the variables, and what I mean by that is we've called the variables so we can put PHP coding into them. So submit, name, and comment, you can see here is submit, their name, and then the comment box. Alright, so once we've done that, now this is a very simple comment box, so I'm going to immediately connect to our database. In order to do this, you're going to put $, you're going to make a variable called connect, which equals MySQL connect, and then you're going to put in your database's values. The first one is going to be the host name, which for me right now is just localhost. You're going to put a comma, and then you're going to put in the double quotes again, you're going to put the username of your database, which mine is just root. And then you can put your password, which I have no password currently. So and then put your semicolon and go down. Now we're going to type MySQL _select_DB, and this is going to be the name of your database. So the name of my database is CMENT, which is comment. And once you've done that, make sure you get your semicolon in there. Alright, moving right along. Next thing we're going to call is a query. So MySQL _query. And inside this, we're going to put, make sure it's in capital letters, you're going to put insert into, and then whatever the table is called, which I forgot to do that earlier with you guys, but we'll just do it right now. Alright, so in our database we have to create a place for our users to submit their comment, and let me check the time. Alright, we need a place for the user to submit their comment. So in order to do this, we're going to give the table a name, and the name of this table can just be CB. Number of fields, we're going to have an ID, a name, and a comment box. So we're going to need three fields. Your first field, no matter what you're creating, is usually just going to be ID, and it is an integer, so you're going to put INT. You can leave everything else alone. You want this thing to auto increment, and it should be your primary key. Let's go over the next field. This field is going to be our name box. So we're going to type name. It's going to be a varchar. And right here, the lengths and values is the max value it's going to allow. I'm going to say 25. And and then our comment, which I usually just put as, let me find a long text, maybe even